Good day, I'm Wake Bernard. I'm a representative of Group 8 and I'll be explaining our code using our car parking system. The car parking system generally is a 3x3 car parking system which can accommodate 9 cars. And this car parking system, if the front sensor is triggered by the user, then it should count the number of cars entering the park. But if the back sensor is triggered, it should count the number of cars leaving the park. And the maximum amount of cars that can be in the park, as I said earlier, is a 3x3 car park is 9. So when it's 9, the hexes should print the hexes on the FPGA board should print full, and the hexes, we used hex 0 to display the numbers of cars in the park and the number of cars available in the park. So in our code, so going to our code, we created our entity car park. Then we specified our front sensor, back sensor as input signals into the FPGA. We specified our clock, our enable, our reset. Then the hex is 0, hex 2, hex 3, hex 4, hex 5 as outputs, which would display the number of cars available in the park, and also if the car park is full, it should display full on the hexes. Then we ended our entity. Then architectural behavior, we created a signal integer range 0 to 5 million due to the clock on the FPGA. So when this signal counts to 5 million, which we used down as we go further, then we know that 1 second has passed, because when this was not available, we noticed that the FPGA was sending too fast a signal for the front sensor to be processed. So we initiated our process clock front sensor reset, and our variable park go, which will serve as the clock for the front sensor and the back sensor. Then then our variable n1, our variable n2, and our variable n0, which is the number of cars in the park. N0 is the number of cars in the park, N1 is the number of cars entering the park, N2 is the number of cars leaving the park. So if if clock events are clock equals to 1 and enable equals to 1, then it should count that seconds should be, what should be assigned second is second plus 1, it should count. Then if second equals to 5,000, then second should repeat. Then under that, there's another if statement. If number of cars in the park is 9, then hexes should print full, hex 2 3 4 should print full, else hex 2 3 4 should be off, totally off. Then we had another if statement nested underneath. So if front sensor is 0 and the clock is 0, then n1, that's number of cars entering the park, should start to go up, that n1 plus 1. Then park equals to 0, end if. Then if number of cars in the park is 0, then do nothing, same for the back sensor. Then outside our if statement, we came out and we put if front sensor is equal to 1, then park equals to 0, end if for both. Then the number of cars available in the park is the number of cars that enter the park minus the number of cars that left the park. That's our n0 equals to n1 minus n2. Then we created a case n0 for the hexes. So when n0 is 0, then the hexes should print 0. When n0 is 1, the hexes should print 1 till 9. When others null, that means all our hexes. When others null, then end case end process, then we ended the behavior, then we programmed our board.
Good day, sir. My name is Adibwe Bukumi, and I'm a representative of Group 8, and our project is a car parking system. What the whole project is all about is it counts the number of cars that enter into a parking lot. So we have two sensors, the front sensor and the back sensor. When the front sensor is triggered, it counts the user coming into the parking lot, and when the back sensor is also triggered, it counts the user that's leaving the parking lot. And the number that is displayed on X0 is the number of cars available in the parking lot. That is the number of cars that have entered minus the number of cars that have left. And so when the parking lot is full, the maximum number of cars that can be in the parking lot is 9. And so when it is full, full is going to be displayed from X2 to X5 on the board. So I will get on with demonstration. So we have to start the project, I have to switch on the enable key, which is switch 0, and then I start counting. So this is the front sensor, and so when it's supposed to count 2 3, 4. The back sensor, when it's triggered, it decreases. So 3, 2, 1, 0. So I'm going to trigger the front sensor until it gets to 9 so that the full can be displayed on the 7 segment. And that's the end. Thanks, sir.